What's the ideal way to kiss a Frenchman?
A French man? I don't know. With their consent?
Well put. What a nice young man. I really mean just as a greeting in the way that French and European people do.
Yes.
How many?
2 in Paris, 3 in rural France. And if you go to very rural France, it can be kiss, 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 kiss. You can do it
Yeah,
4
very
times.
good. I will give you your points there. I have it as 2 in central and southern France and 4 in the northern country parts, Britain.
Well, I clearly found an intermediate place
three.
with it, like
three,
a 3,
certainly.
yeah.
3 is true in Belgium and Holland.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
They always do 3
And
there.
now the snogging forecast for in France. Brittany, 1, some saliva. Paris, 2, occasional tongue. But outlying areas, 4, some pregnancy.
Yes. And 5 is Corsica, I suppose. Surely they don't kiss each other 5 times, do they? In
They
Corsica?
really have little to do in Corsica, do they?
Can you tell me what sort of person kisses 5 times? Of course I can. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
I think you might have to go now.
Yeah,
But at least they know what it is. I mean, I don't know what it is here.
If you're unsure about whether to do 1 cheek or 2, the best way to deal with it is to cut their genitals while you're doing it. And they won't mind how many kisses. They won't even be thinking about it. Just cut them lightly.
yes, uttering the words, carry a bag, sir. What do you call someone who never laughs?
That bloke.
Yeah, right. He hasn't cracked a smile all evening, has he? No.
He might be dead. Nudge him.
Yeah.
Are we looking for a sort of a phobia word?
Yeah, agelastic, meaning that they don't laugh. And there are people who don't have it, who, it seems, have no sense of humour.
can't laugh.
Well, who knows? I mean, there's a sort of epilepsy where you... a lot, which is an unusual affect.
That was shocking.
It's giving you a shock.
So, I've got an interesting sort of Greek-type word for something that I do sometimes where I can't help the sort of urge to do an impression of somebody. And sometimes if somebody's got like a limp or a bit of a funny walk, I kind of want to go along with it, which is a terrible thing to do. And apparently, when you do this thing of wanting to take on somebody's limp in an inappropriate way, it's called echopraxia.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
if you do it with words, we're trying to imitate a person sort of verbally, it's echolalia. That's
is
great,
very
isn't it?
Points.
Yes.
Points.
Isn't it great?
Brilliant.
It's also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called taking a piss as well.
Yeah.
Well, it almost defines being a human, doesn't it, laughter? Because animals don't laugh.
Yeah.
They don't have that capacity to sort of put the 2 things together.
Very,
and
very
give it-
social as well. It's a very social sort
Yes.
of... People tend not to laugh on their own. Like, even watching a show as hilarious as this.
Yes.
At home on your own, you won't laugh in the same way as the studio
No.
audience. It's why people often think it's sort of canned laughter rather than you are genuinely laughing at bits.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't if there were anybody here, but...
Yeah.
Because there's that... It's a very social thing. You're sort of
Yes, you're
showing
right.
someone else that you get the
Yeah.
thing and you understand.
Absolutely, it is a communal thing. There are people in history who are said to be agelastic, including Isaac Newton, who was supposed to have laughed once in his life when someone asked
When
him
an apple
what...
fell on his head.
No. Someone asked him what was the point of studying Euclid, and he burst out laughing at that.
Yeah, no, that is a good one, though.
That is a good one.
What is he like?
According to Marshal Zhukov, Stalin, next door, he didn't laugh. And
I'm
next
amazed at that. He seems such a chirpy cat.
And then
can't tell behind his
you've probably
moustache, he could be
spotted
chuckling.
Jonathan Swift and William Ewart Gladstone.
Jonathan Swift, a very funny writer, so...
I know,
Lots
it's
of
bizarre thought.
comedians don't laugh.
Spinoza.
You know, lots of comedians are quite miserable in real life, aren't they? Not us, obviously.
The bloke on the left and the bloke on the middle are the same.
On the left, he's been on a diet.
I know, that's an advert for the Chin Gym.
Yeah.
The one on the left is Isaac Newton,
That's Newton, right?
and the one in the middle is Jonathan Swift. Trollope, on the other hand, Anthony Trollope...
Couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, he died giggling, apparently. He laughed a lot.
Didn't he work in the post office? That's probably what
He did.
He went postal. He was...
Yeah, he invented the postbox.
Yes.
And lived to regret it, actually.
Because once he was in, he couldn't get out.
No, he was sorry for a very odd reason, actually. He was very old-fashioned about what women should and shouldn't do. And what he hadn't predicted was what the post office would suddenly allow women to communicate with anyone freely. Because before the postbox, they would have to go to their father or a servant who would put the stamp on, and it would be taken. And suddenly they were able to send their own letters and have relationships without their parents' consent. And he resented this.
What has he done?
It is a law of unintended consequences, exactly. Bizarre thought. Anyway,
Good
quite
old
irrelevant. There are theories of laughter. There's the superiority theory, which is the sudden glory we feel when we see someone suffer.
It's very simple, the superiority theory, but a lot of people don't understand it.
Very good. There's the incongruity theory. It arises when the decorous and logical abruptly dissolves into the low and absurd. We wouldn't farting well want that. For example. Not that I would say that. The relief theory, which is Freud. The naughtiness of the joke liberates the laughter from inhibitions about forbidden thoughts and feelings.
That's watching Jackass for me, I do.
Yeah. You've written a book about it. What was The Naked Jape?
The Naked Jape. I wrote a book with my friend Lucy about jokes and the nature of jokes.
Did you come to a theory about...
No, I mean, they are all... You can analyse... There's all these different sort of theories from around the world, and they're all pretty much nonsense.
Yeah.
They all work in exactly the same way, though. All jokes are sort of two stories. So the first story makes you make an assumption, and then the second story makes you realise that the assumption was...
I like the one that the Englishman, a Scotsman and an Irishman go into a pub and the barman says, what is this, some kind of joke? Yes. A sort of a meta joke.
Yeah. When I told them I wanted to be a comedian, they laughed. Well, they're not laughing now.
That is...
It's Monkhouse.
Bob Monkhouse, yeah. That's a brilliant
But it's hard when you're writing about comedy to make it funny as well. Were you trying to be funny as you went along,
in the end, we just had to put a joke on every page, because some of it's a bit sort of more complicated. And there's a great quote about analysing jokes is like dissecting a frog. No one's that interested, and the frog dies.
Yes. Pulling up the roots of a plant to look at how it works.
Yeah, and killing it as you do it, exactly. Anyway, agelasts are people who don't laugh at gags.
So, how do you get an ant to keep still? Sarah.
Stop the music.
Play that, that's very good. Do you know by any chance who was the first person accurately to portray small insects? Most famously the flea, which is a very recognisable image, which is the cover of his book, Micrographia. He was a remarkable scientist, town planner. He has a law named after him of tension and springs. He was a contemporary of Newton and Christopher Wren. He was responsible for much of the town planning after the fire of London. And he used a microscope to see animals, including this little flea, and an ant. And there it is, which he was an amazing artist, as you can see. And he describes precisely how he got the ant to keep still. He said, I gave it a gill of brandy, which after a while knocked him down dead drunk. He struggled, wonderful phrase this, for a pretty while very much.
Sounds like he was drinking
for a pretty while very much.
One for you, one for me.
Till at last, certain bubbles issuing out of its mouth, it ceased to move and remained moveless for a good while.
Remained moveless?
Moveless, yeah. Well, it was in 1665 the book came out, Micrographia. A gill, by the way, is a quarter of a pint.
Wow.
They can hold their booze, can't they, ants?
Yeah.
8 times their body weight.
But what was this man's name? Remember? Audience?
Remember.
Robert Hooke. Well, yeah, Ian Robertson shouted that. Ian Robinson is a physicist, that's cheating. But yes, Robert Hooke. And he suffered, as many did, although he was one of the greatest geniuses who ever lived. Isaac Newton was a really thoroughly ghastly man. And he particularly hated Hooke and had him erased from history, because anybody who wasn't Newton was just not good enough. And all the portraits of him he got rid of, because he was so powerful, Newton, because he was such a genius and so recognised around the world. And an artist named Rita Greer has set herself the task of creating more portraits of Hooke than there are of Newton to redress the balance. And here's one. It's based on meticulously researched likenesses of him. There are now 20 in the world, as opposed to 16 of Newton. So Hooke has won, although obviously Newton was a truly great man.
He was a bit of a wrong-un.
I'm afraid he was.
A terrible egomaniac.
Total egomaniac.
Gravity.
I mean,
go to your head.
Yeah.
He looks like he's had a few gills of whiskey there.
He doesn't, doesn't he? It doesn't look as if he's had much sun.
Look, it's 2 little ants missing in a pub. Hello, Mr. I'm Bradley. I love you. No, I love you.
It's the highest mountain in Europe. Yeah.
Mont Blanc.
Oh! Sorry you said that. No, it isn't. It isn't.
Yes, it is.
No. It does begin with an E, if that's any help.
Enormo Blanc.
Very good.
Monte Bianco.
Not the Eiger, no.
Etna.
Oh, hello. Oh, Eiger. Did you say Etna?
Yeah.
Etna, eh? No, indeed.
It's some island. It's from the bottom of the sea, if you measure. No.
That's Etna, isn't it, or Stromboli? No, it's not. It's actually right on the borders of Europe, but it does count as Europe. It's definitely Europe, isn't it?
Is it somewhere in the Caucasus?
It is in the Caucasus.
Oh, which of the mountain names of the Caucasus?
Mount Elbrus is the answer. Mount Elbrus. It's where Prometheus was supposedly chained for daring to steal fire from heaven, and he had his liver pecked out every day by vultures as punishment. Ooh. Yes, that's gotta hurt.
You want to get it over with at the beginning of the day.
Yes, you would. 100 people attempt to climb the summit every day in the summer season, when it's not too cold, and about 30-odd die every year.
Do you know that 1 in 8 of people who try to climb Everest die?
Really? That's a high attrition rate, isn't it?
Not good, is it?
Not good at all.
You get acute mountain sickness because you can't breathe. So your stomach won't accept food, so you start throwing up. Apparently there are signs all the way up saying, if you are throwing up and you have a headache, go back.
Yeah.
But people don't.
So when you're putting your party together to go up Everest, just, if there's 7 of you, just get someone you don't like.
Yeah.
Preferably with asthma. Lead on, Wheezy.
In 1997, it was a Land Rover Defender that drove to the very top of Mount Everest, which is a high mountain. It's 18,510 feet.
It's also a very busy mountain for people climbing it, all of whom must have been thrilled to see some guy drive past.
The worst thing you can do if you're a fire eater.
Well, there are vegetarian restaurants, aren't there, where you can't get meat.
Yeah.
So if you're a fire
vegetarian
eater...
restaurants, I think.
Yes.
Qualify.
Nothing wrong with that sentence so far.
There are vegetarian restaurants where you can't get meat.
Yeah.
To quote the great John Cleese, thank you for... What's your specialist subject? The bleeding obvious.
You've heard about these, apparently, these vegetarian restaurants...
I was establishing what I thought was an uncontroversial point, that in vegetarian restaurants you can't eat meat because they don't serve it.
No, they don't. I believe that's right.
So, there may be restaurants that don't serve fire. So, if you're a fire eater, there'd be no point in going to these restaurants and ordering fire. This is a simple point I was trying to make, but I was interrupted rather on the way.
I'll have a nice plate of fire, please.
Yes.
And that wouldn't
I would have
work.
thought at a Christmas event, if a fire eater was thinking, I haven't shown my family this skill, and there was a urine-soaked granny. We've been brought out of the home just for a day for Christmas. That would probably not be the time to say, so what are you up to now? Bruno.
Well, basically, I mean, I don't know if you know much about fire eating. There isn't really much to know. What you see is what they do. It really is as bad as it looks. I mean, they mostly have mouths filled with blisters and ulcers. It's a very unpleasant thing to do.
Do you eat
and
the fire?
They hurt themselves. Basically, what you shouldn't do is breathe in. They have this condition, fire eater's lung, which is obviously, as you can imagine, an absolutely horrific condition. And
It's like
plus
farmer's lung and there's no subsidy.
Exactly.
Because basically it's fire spitting rather than fire
Yeah,
eating.
and that's, no matter how careful they are, they ingest the lighter fluid, which is toxic.
Or if you had plastic false teeth or wooden false teeth, which I think we've discussed in this programme.
Yes, we
that
have.
would be a disaster because they would catch fire.
They would catch fire. That would be awful. Yeah, and the
smoking.
smoke would then...
Smoke.
Yeah.
Which would
Smoke.
would kill you.
It wouldn't be the fire, you see.
Well, anyway, perhaps the most important piece of advice to the fire eater is do not inhale.